What is going on, everyone? My name's Boyd and I'm back with some more Age of Empires 4 action, spawning in the left side of the map in the red color, playing as the English. His name is GiveUAnxiety. My man, GiveUAnxiety, he is an Age of Empires 3 player and incredibly strong Age of Empires 3 player as well. And he's going to be taking this game by storm. He's playing a lot, streaming. Definitely check out his content if you're interested. And we'll see exactly what he's going for. I've already seen a bit of an interesting build coming from GiveUAnxiety. We'll see how he's going to go. He did beat me in one game on the ladder. Very salty about that one. Oh, dearie me. Just not good enough, it seems. His opponent today on the right side of the map in the blue color is ciamgyic. I can't say it. I'm not going to say this. I'm going to have to figure this out. Ciamgyic. All right. And he is playing the Abbasid Dynasty, it seems like. So, we've got a map that... I don't know the names of the maps very well just yet, so please excuse me. We've got a map here where all of the resources are in the middle. I think this is King of the Hill. So, the big important part about this map is you've got a very defensive home base, but you have very few resources in it. You've only got 1,500 stone in your home base. You've only got 4,000, 8,000 gold in your home base before you need to go and fight for the middle. So getting control of the middle, super important here on this map, and we'll see if that's going to be something that happens in this game or not. We just see the villagers moving over here, going to be throwing up a mill and going to be hunting. An interesting start here from GiveUAnxiety. We'll see what he's going to be going for. This does feel like it's going to slow him down just a little bit by moving over onto the hunt. And normally when you go for the hunt this early, it's for a reason. So a fast castle age, for example, might be the idea here, getting early survival techniques in order to gather those deer much faster. And the other thing you want to do when you go for the deer nice and early is kill the deer before you put the mill down. That is important because then you can put the mill right next to where all the deer die. The deer do not run out of food at all. So it doesn't matter if you kill them early. It's just better to do so. Make sure they're right next to your mill and you have no walking time. As a very important thing here. We see ciamgyic now going for his advanced time here. He's going to decide which one. Probably going to go for the economic wing. We've seen the economic wing be incredibly strong here already with this upgrade here. The fresh foodstuffs. This is going to make the villagers cost 25 food. Absolutely insane technology. And we'll see how that's going to go. Now, GiveUAnxiety, still pumping villagers, still very far from advancing to the next age. And we do see him getting an early wheelbarrow here. So it's an interesting take on this one. Getting the early wheelbarrow. Going to pump his resources up quite a bit because the villagers do take a while to dump the resources off. So if you add an extra 5 resources into the gather rate, that means there's a lot less time for them to have to put this animation into putting the resources into the mill there. So it's actually quite a strong upgrade. It gives everything plus 5, and also their movement speed goes up by 15%, which is that's a lot. 15% move speed when they have to walk quite a bit. It's a really big upgrade. And it's interesting to see GiveUAnxiety favoring grabbing that one early here in this game instead of rushing for the second age. So we'll see how this is going to go. But seeing as he does go for this, it does probably indicate probably not a fast second town center. There's the Council Hall coming up. The military landmark, which does give you an extra 100% speed to produce your longbowmen. So if longbowmen take, I don't know what it is, 10 seconds to build, now it takes 5 seconds to build. That's what that means there. So we'll see how this game's going to go. There is a very exposed gold mine here for ciamgyic. In fact, he does have a safe gold mine in the back-ish, but the exposed one in the front may be an issue for him. And he is working his way up to getting this 125 gold. He's left one villager here on the gold in order to get it. And I don't think it matters. How long does it take to research? Doesn't tell me how long it takes. Oh, 1 minute. So I don't think it matters exactly when you get it. You want to get it as soon as you can. We'll see if he's going to dump the food in. He does get the 25. There's just about to advance to the second age. And we'll see what's going to happen here as we see the final little bit of gold to come through. If you dump that in, you could upgrade it right away, but we'll see. There's the archery range coming through now for ciamgyic, and we do see, well, he's only got, what, 3 villagers on this council hall. One thing that I do wonder is how important is it to get this landmark up with multiple villages, because this is the difference. This is the only real decision making in terms of when you go to the second age that you need to think about, is how many villages go onto the landmark, because you can go up with just one and put these over onto the food, and at this point it just seems kind of random which ones people, how many villages they put up onto the landmark. No one's really thinking about it just yet. So it all kind of depends on how you're going to go there. And if we check out the resources here for GiveUAnxiety, he's got a lot of gold in the bank. So what is he going to spend that on is the question. Maybe super early upgrades. He's getting super early survival techniques, which is going to give you an extra plus carry capacity for hunt, plus 15, and the gather rate of plus 10. So that's nothing to be sneezed at. Very, very strong. And now we see the longbowman starting to get produced now for GiveUAnxiety. He's not throwing up any other military buildings. We do have the houses coming up. We've got the camelry, or I keep calling them camel. We've got the camel archers coming out now for our Abbasid player here. And we'll see how this is all going to go. And I've got the double broad axe coming through. Villagers moving all around, doing their thing. And the mill is on its way. We've got more houses coming through. I think GiveUAnxiety is just taking this one very slowly here, enjoying his time in the game. But no attempt at a second town center. What other upgrades is he getting? Anything else? He's getting the broadside axe. He's still no horticulture just yet. Now he's grabbing the horticulture. No, he's not. Just keep on pumping the archers out. He's getting a big economy going. If we check out the income per minute here, it's looking like ciamgyic is just a little bit in front, and he does already have his 25 food villages to build here. That is such an insane technology. I'm not sure that that's going to be quite balanced. I mean, unless like the civ is just really weak. It could be that the civ's just really weak, but I don't think so. But we'll see how this game's going to go. Now we got villagers moving over onto the wood. GiveUAnxiety. Still not build anything other than longbowmen, just playing super defensively here. We've got the camel archers slowly coming out. They're very, very expensive units here. With I think it's 160, 180 food, 60 wood. So very expensive, tough to build them, but they are very strong units indeed. And we already see he's got 6 of them out. So ready to start putting some pressure onto GiveUAnxiety, who the question is, how do you really deal with these? I mean, you got the archers, so you can just play defensive with the archers and be fine. Just boom up into siege. Maybe that's the way to go. Tons of villages getting built here. The archers walking around, looking for someone to attack, but there's really nothing to attack. Just a nice, slow, boomy game it looks like here for you ladies and gentlemen. And we'll see where ciamgyic's going to go with these camel archers here. Looking for a raid potentially on the back. Has he seen the map here? He doesn't know. He's going to be getting very lucky with this raid over here. And I don't think GiveUAnxiety is going to notice it just yet. But Wheelbarrow does help him run these villages to safety. But GiveUAnxiety is taking too long on this. We're going to lose one villager here. Going to lose 2 villagers. Potentially, these camel archers, they don't do a whole lot of damage to the villagers there. We're having 6 very strong ones. But he will be able to take another one down there. We see the longbowman coming over to start pressuring this one here. Going to do a lot of damage here onto this camel archer. And he starts retreating away. Almost going to lose one camel archer, but does not. These villagers will get away. There's one camel archer down. So one camel archer for about 4 villagers. Super value there for ciamgyic. Going to be moving in, trying to take down some of these archers. Now he does a lot of damage to these guys. Trading completely fine for GiveUAnxiety to make these trades here. Looks like he's going to be trying to run in, force the archers to be using their special ability there. Or it's not special ability, their melee ability, which reduces the damage there. Looks like GiveUAnxiety retreating back under his town center here. The camel archer is going to be able to take out most of these longbowmen here as the trade's probably favored GiveUAnxiety a little bit there. If we look at the military killed loss, we see 10 killed, 10 loss for Anxiety to 4 loss, but the damage, the resources lost would be interesting in those units to note there. Especially because, well, actually a lot of those were in the villages as well, I think. And there's the first little fight there. We see the King's Palace coming down now for GiveUAnxiety. So he's going straight to the Castle Age. 2 town centers coming out at about 10 minutes here. So it's not the fastest of Castle Ages, but it's a very, very economic Castle Age from GiveUAnxiety. So we'll see how he's going to go with this one, what he's going to get out of it, and where he's going to go with the tech now that he's in the Castle Age. Question is, when will we be seeing the Castle Age coming through for ciamgyic here, as he's realizing that GiveUAnxiety is now in his own Castle Age, and he's going to have to deal with the tech that comes from that there. Got the villagers pumping very, very fast here. 2 town centers and trying to catch back up on those villages that were lost. We see the archers now moving and going to be hitting the villagers off of this gold line. We see the camel archers getting pushed back here. Oh, and we do see the scout. This is one of those little things here. The scout can grab carcasses and bring them back home. So he's going to be grabbing this one. But we see the camel archer has spotted this scout grabbing those. He's taking a little bit of damage, 70 HP. I think that he's going to be able to get away. It looks as if he may get away here at 67 HP. He does have the camel on these dealing 20% less damage due to enemy camel units being nearby, but that doesn't really matter because he's just going to be retreating, trying to get the units. And we do have the veteran, was it veteran? Yeah, veteran longbowman coming in now. This cavalry, 28 HP, 18 HP, 8 HP, and it looks like it gets away just barely here as we see the archers going after the camels here. We see the longbowmen coming in to try and, or sorry, the villagers coming in to try and take down the horsemen. And the villagers coming through now to eat that hunt that he's bringing back to his home town center here to eat those here. He's got all of the town center here to defend against the push in from ciamgyic, who's still just looking for something to attack. But GiveUAnxiety is just in such a big economic position here. Such a strong position, just making basically nothing but longbowmen at this point in the game. He has no other military buildings, just playing defensive, realizing that he's got the advantage where that's concerned. Let's check out GiveUAnxiety's map here. He has scouted all of ciamgyic at some point in this game, so he kind of knows that ciamgyic isn't on 2 town centers, realizes that ciamgyic is spending a lot of resources on these camel archers, and that he's getting away with a lot here. Now, here's the thing you have to remember about English going to the Castle Age. You think Castle Age is expensive. It's like, I think it's 1,200, 600, right? So it's 1,800 resources total. A town center is 700 resources. So half of that Castle Age is in the town center as well. So this town center is worth so many resources, as opposed to some of the other civs like China, whose Castle Age, the landmark is worth kind of nothing. I mean, the economic one is worth a little bit, but the military one really doesn't give you much. It gives you map hacks basically, which is really helpful, but that's about it. You pay for map hacks. Now let's see if the camel archers going to move forward and see what they can do. Do have the armory up now for GiveUAnxiety, still bringing these hunts back to his home base. He can come and bring these ones back as well if he wants to. And ciamgyic, he is going through to the Castle Age through the military wings, going to enable him to get the camel support, camel rider shields, and boot camp in the Imperial Age. What's boot camp? Increases the health of all infantry by 50%. That's actually really good. Camel increases the armor of nearby infantry by +1. So you can actually go infantry camel archers with that technology there, and it's really, really strong, especially get the men-at-arms to tank against those archers there. Could be really good. Men-at-arms are sort of like a Huskar in that they completely dismantle the longbowmen. They're not the best against those crossbowmen though. And there's ciamgyic's Castle Age coming through now, and we'll see where he wants to go from now. He's getting the houses up. He's still pumping those villages out very, very fast. No infantry buildings yet, no military barracks, still just making himself some lancers now. So going to get camel archers lancers. Interesting to see that. I'm not sure that this military wing has been like the best choice here. Yeah, I'm not sure about it. at all, because it doesn't really give you a lot. Maybe going for one of the other ones, like the cheaper technologies, would have been a go. But we'll see. We'll see what he's going to get. Just because if you're going to go Lancers, it doesn't make sense. So inventory doesn't give you anything, I guess. We do see some walls coming up now for GiveUAnxiety. Essentially, these walls are very weak against the land units, not the land units, the melee units that have the torches. They kill them very fast. But it's really important to build these. As this game's going to progress and as people learn more and more about the game, you're going to work out that you need to throw walls up when you have map control. And that's going to prevent your opponent from getting back into the game easily. And while they're not the strongest things in the world, with only 1500 HP, the units do a lot of damage. They do really save you in those counter raids when you want. And we do see that GiveUAnxiety is going to be moving around and getting all these things up. He is just playing this game hyper defensively. The monk does get sniped. You see the relic that GiveUAnxiety wanted to get, not going to be one for him here. He's going to have to fight for that relic if he wants it. Relics very, very important because they give you gold, and you do see that these walls have been thwarted as well, as now we do have some horsemen here that can help take them down slowly with only 2 of them, but the knights will be able to kill these walls very, very simply. You see the walls coming up over on this location as fast as he possibly can. The longbowman swinging over to try and defend this spot here, especially, I mean, if he can get these walls up, he's going to be fine, but even if he doesn't, the longbowmen are here to defend, and the walls do get up here. A couple of villagers getting caught out, though. But the longbowman will help them stay alive here, forcing ciamgyic back here, and now throw up that gate there if he wants to get those villagers back to safety. Yeah, completely fine here. We see still no second town center from ciamgyic. It looks like he is getting some stone, so gearing up to get that one through. But the walls kind of looking very strong. We've got some armory upgrades just yet. Not really. No armory really up for either player here. You see these units pushing a nice little shoot and scoot micro there onto the cavalry archers, pulling back into their own base here. Could have used the stakes there, placed the palings to prevent the lancers from pushing in and getting so many kills, but it's looking like ciamgyic just throwing away units here against the longbowmen. The defense from the English super strong in this game. Do we see that next town center or maybe a castle coming up here? Finally starting to get some stone income here. Maybe a 3rd town center. Who knows? We're still seeing GiveUAnxiety focusing on getting these carcasses into his base. He needs to drop a gate over here so that it doesn't have to work so hard. And he can. But the thing is, for English, their farms are so cheap that I'm not sure that this is even worth the effort. Spending a lot of time having to micro that and could be doing other things. And now we're starting to see some knights coming out for GiveUAnxiety. He's got his relic now. He's lost 1 monk. They do cost 100 gold, but if you get the is it 100 gold? 150 gold. But if you get the relic pays for itself. So he will bring that relic back home. There is one other relic on the map, I believe. Here it is, right here. There might be a 3rd. Is there a 3rd? There's a 3rd. So there's 4 relics on the map, maybe. Who knows? I can't. It's hard to find them. We just see the knight just pushing in. Does get sniped by the lancers. Doesn't get too many villager kills. Or I didn't get any there. It's a bit of a random raid. See this knight pushing in, pushing these villagers away. Gets 1 kill, retreats back. He'll lose this knight if he's not careful. And now we see these lancers coming in, sniping some villagers who are trying to throw up more walls. And now the issue becomes who gets control of the hill. This is what matters here in this game. Getting control, this is what matters in this on this map. Getting control of the hill. We are seeing these units pushing and trying to take the gate down. But essentially, if you just get a couple of keeps up or a couple of castles up on the top here on both of these entrances, all 3 of these entrances, and wall them in, if you've got map control, this is exactly what ciamgyic should be doing. He should be sending villagers forward, and he is throwing up a town center in the middle of the map, but he should be building some palisades up to just box GiveUAnxiety in, because he's got the map control here. He's got the units that control the map. GiveUAnxiety's got the archers. Can't really push the archers, but you just take control of the middle of the map, grab all the resources, push for the late game, and maybe start making some siege units in order to fend off the archers underneath the keep. What are those circles outside the map? This is just the outside of the map. You can't go past there. Just the edge of the world, basically. See the palisade getting taken down here. The villagers pulling back. Just retreat away from this as he doesn't want to have to deal with it. The longbowman very slowly coming over here. He does drop the palisades though to help the longbowman stay alive. But ciamgyic still looking to push in here. Looks like he's still pulling back with these longbowmen trying to take down these lances. The lances do a lot of damage, but underneath the defensive powers of the English, he's throwing up the palings here to help. We see a spring gold coming out. That's going to not be the most help, but the lances really don't do a lot of damage to the longbowmen, but it's looking like ciamgyic with these lances is able to push through the longbowmen, completely dismantling them, and he's going to have to retreat back, trying to snipe those units as best as he can, but he's going to be losing all of these longbowmen as it's looking as if there's really no answer to these at this point. He's trying to build these spring golds, but GiveUAnxiety just getting absolutely smoked here by ciamgyic's Lancer composition, as Lancers just completely dismantled those longbowmen. We are seeing some crossbowmen coming out, but it's too little too late. You need a ball of these crossbowmen to really do anything, and we are seeing ciamgyic focusing them down, taking the villages, taking the units out. And see, look at how good GiveUAnxiety's base looks, but it is currently getting absolutely destroyed here. We see a monk getting sniped there, is trying to get a conversion on one of those lances. We've still got more lances to follow in onto this, so this attack is just going to keep piling on. We do see that GiveUAnxiety's snuck over onto this location. He doesn't have a lot of resources in the bank at all. The village is going to have to make a run for it here into the town center, but there's nowhere to run because these town centers are absolutely full of villagers. The towers do next to no damage against these armored units. You can see that their armor versus range is +6 armor versus the range units, and the town centers are only doing 8 damage. So they're only really doing like 2 damage to the lances per arrow, which is next to nothing. The sort of, what's that called? The charge there from the lances just completely one-hits some of those crossbowmen there, and it's looking like GiveUAnxiety is really struggling to match this aggression that ciamgyic has managed to do. We've now got the keep up on the top of the map. I would like the keep now to be here and to be here. These are the 2 locations that matter, here and here. Back here doesn't make a whole lot of sense. It does secure this location, but we'll see where ciamgyic's going to go with this from now. And we are seeing that these lances do look like they are being cleaned up for the most part here, as some knights coming through for GiveUAnxiety. He's still alive and well in this game, even though he's taken a lot of damage. We are seeing these knights coming over onto here, pushing these villagers back into the home base, as he cannot deal with them because they're just a little bit too strong. We are seeing a conversion coming in here. The monk, and he steals 2! He steals 2 knights! The monk gets 2 knight conversions here. He's able to fight this one here, as the monk has that relic out. He can get some conversions with the relic. That's an amazing ability there, but the knights do get sniped over here by those lances of ciamgyic. Too quick to deal with those. We are seeing the lancers coming over here to deal with the other ones. The building going to get repaired. Villagers moving over onto this wood line. Maybe a couple more walls here. He's got them all up, so he should be okay. But now we've got the Mongol. The Mongol coming in, but why? There's no real archers left for GiveUAnxiety. This is a counter archer siege weapon here in this game. Well, let's see how he's going to do. He's going to try and take down these palisade walls and do that that pressure that he wants to do. But I mean, he's got the spring gold already out, so this is a long. This basically just destroys the mangonel. Basically destroys the mangonel if it's close enough. I think this gets a little bit more. I don't know. With the cliff bonus, maybe it's enough. Let's check out the resources for ciamgyic. He's got a lot of stone income right now, I think. No, he doesn't. He's got a lot of gold income. Just pumping lots and lots of lances here. Just trying to just get in and finish off GiveUAnxiety. But GiveUAnxiety is not quite allowing it just yet. We see the walls getting taken down. The Knight's ready to push in. And there's still not that many units here for GiveUAnxiety. I don't know where his resources are going. He's got some units over here that need to move forward. The crossbowmen are out, so they're going to start doing some decent damage. He's got the Knights coming in as well. Needs those to be in here to help defend. We've got the Mangonel coming through as well. Got to get those spring golds to target down this Mangonel, otherwise it's very sad. We do see the monk coming in, going to be starting his conversion onto these units with the relic, but the units all do get picked off there as GiveUAnxiety holds on for another day. The problem definitely for GiveUAnxiety is going to be he doesn't have any gold just yet. He's going to have to move forward and grab some of this. And ciamgyic has the map control, so he definitely has the option here to hold and win this game just by controlling the middle of the map here. Now, that's not happened just yet. Got some farms over here. 1 town center, 2 town centers. So only 2 town centers here. Going for a third one. Excuse me. I'm going for a third one here. And we do see a whole bunch of food income for GiveUAnxiety and not much else. Holy. Just dying here. The hay fever hits hard. All right. More houses coming up now. Maybe thinking about going to the Imperial Age could be an option here. Lots of gold in the bank now for GiveUAnxiety. And you see the town center now coming up. He's got that 3rd town center. He's got good solid grass in the middle. Got the mosque coming up, getting some imams out to grab the sacred sites. Potentially grabbing... Is this the only sacred site? It is, right? This is the only sacred site. So you can grab the middle of the hill and grab this for 10 minutes and win the game. This is something ciamgyic could have done like yonks ago, right? Because there's no way for GiveUAnxiety to really move out. So he's going to get his imam out. He's going to start throwing this up. He's going to throw down all of the defensive buildings around this location. And GiveUAnxiety is on a timer now. He's got 10 minutes to come back into this game because this sacred site is a 10-minute victory basically with only one. Wait, what? What? Hello? He might notice it. See an outpost coming up now on this location. And he can heal his units. Oh, he's select them all? Like, what's he doing? Oh, now he noticed. Okay, sends it back over there now. All right. But ciamgyic going to be able to go to the Imperial Age fairly soon. Same with GiveUAnxiety. Lots of villagers here for GiveUAnxiety ready to make his way to that next stage. We do see that GiveUAnxiety is at 180 population here. What's ciamgyic at? 113 pop. But are the units any good? That's the question. He's got the crossbowman. He's got the longbowman. Crossbowman, longbowman army is actually really strong. If you put the longbowman in the front, they get the stakes to prevent the cavalry from doing anything. We do see that this is getting denied. This location getting denied over here, and that's going to force GiveUAnxiety to have to fight this one. Still not grabbing the sacred site. We see another keep going up. I'm super confused about this. This doesn't make any sense to me. Maybe they just agree not to get the sacred site and win the game. But now I realize there's only one sacred site on this map. This seems like the meta is just rush keep on this location and grab that. But there's the Berserkshire Palace coming up, defensive landmark. Going to be able to hold on to this location here. We do see an outpost is already over here, so has to deal with that somehow. He does have the knights. He can take this one down. There's the Imperial Age coming through. This is a very, very cool building. It gives you access to every single unit you can build. All 16 of them, it seems. Well, actually, maybe not every single unit, but a lot of the units. And it means you can just start building those bombards like straight away once you get gunpowder or chemistry. What is it? Not sure. From the thing. Still not getting this. I'm so confused. I don't understand what ciamgyic's plan here is. He's got the mosque right-clicked onto the sacred site, but he just didn't grab it. We are going to be seeing a keep trying to come up onto this location here. The problem with this is that I'm sure that Trebuchet will come through for GiveUAnxiety. He's going to be able to push in and and do this, but you see that the Berkshire Palace is trying to deny this, but it will come up. And these units now pushing in to try and take these units down as the keep looks like it's going to be close to the crossbowmen trying to snipe villagers here that are underneath this location. There's no... I don't see where all the units for ciamgyic are, but it is looking like the keep will come up here, and that's probably going to force GiveUAnxiety to bail on this push here, because it should do a whole bunch of damage. You can get these defensive structures as well onto this location, and that is forcing GiveUAnxiety to retreat. We see the mangonel coming in as well for ciamgyic. He doesn't have a lot of wood in the bank. We are seeing another keep coming up here for ciamgyic, just throwing all of his stone at this location here. And remember, you only had that one location of 1,500 stone here for GiveUAnxiety until he moves into the middle of the map, and this is completely controlled right now for ciamgyic. I mean, here's the funny thing. Had ciamgyic grabbed this location here, the game would be over in 4 minutes. He would have won this game, because there's next to no way that the counterweight trebuchet can push through all of this fast enough, especially if he just spends all these resources on lancers. Lancers and mangonels, basically. I'm not sure where all the buildings are. There's just not that many military buildings. But we'll see if ciamgyic can hold on, or if GiveUAnxiety is going to be able to push through. He's got double counterweight trebuchets now taking down this keep. Got so many resources here for GiveUAnxiety. ciamgyic, on the other hand, very low on the resources. Well, not very low. He's just not spending them. He's very low on the population. Man, I guess we'll see what happens here. We do see the knights ready to push forward. The keep going to go down. GiveUAnxiety going to want to move in and take this location for himself. The mangonel retreating away. These camel archers coming in, going to be trying to defend this, but they don't have a lot of damage against the knights. These crossbows just go into absolute town on these. We will be seeing these, seemingly see these knights going down. We see the villagers repairing the mangonel here. That's going to be enough to force them back. But the Springolds are here. Springold? Springold? What do you guys reckon? They're easily going to take this down very quickly. I mean, you can repair it. He does kill off one of those, and the other one will go down as well to the keep that's here. See some villagers getting sniped over on this location here. Now the counter-rate trebuchet is going to start making their way to take down this keep here. Look at that damage there. Bonkers damage. What is this? 150 plus 300 versus buildings. Completely dismantles the castles for sure. This stable get one hit there. Now you see the elite camel riders are out, but oh, we've got that upgrade. What's that upgrade? I guess incendiary arrows, I believe. Where's the... Oh, I'm on the wrong person. Here we go. The university, right? You get incendiary arrows. I can't see what it is. But it basically gives your archers bonus damage versus buildings, I think. Hard to see. And now we see the keep about to get taken out. And I'm feeling like ciamgyic is just not able to build the units that he needs. He's building another keep here, but these just are going to keep getting torn down by the counterweight trebuchet. And now we've got these archers are just so absurdly strong. They still don't have any armor though. Has he not gotten his armor upgrades? He's now starting to get his wedge rivets. Very late into the game. But funnily enough, it's looking like maybe he would have been able to hold this, but it's maybe looking like ciamgyic not able to. I've won with the Sacred Site in the end of the day. But if he rushed it, I think he would have won. Easily. Given the way that GiveUAnxiety played. Because it doesn't cost anything to grab this, right? It costs a temple, which is... Or a mosque. How much is a mosque? 200 wood and 150 gold to get a win condition of 10 minutes. I'll give you anxiety moving his trebuchet forward. Going to start taking down the castle here. That damage there. He's going to have to snipe these villagers though. You are seeing these archers getting torn down very quickly though, underneath the keep, as he has to kind of push in and take them down. But the villagers kind of all dead now. Trebuchet going to start finishing this keep off, going to retreating away. We do see a bombard cannon, or what's this? A culverin, long-range cannon made for destroying siege equipment. He's going to be able to destroy these trebuchet here. This is really interesting. I haven't seen this unit before. But he's not using it to kill these. He's using it to kill. Doesn't make a whole lot of sense. We just see these units running in, trying to take this down. He's on top of them. Needs to get villagers in to repair it. Actually, not enough. Not enough. It's got too much HP. 400 HP with those camels are enough. And elite camel riders kind of getting destroyed here. Because now we've got some hand cannoneers coming in. Oh, gunpowder. Yes. We've even got the, oh, we see the cannon there getting destroyed. But it's looking as if GiveUAnxiety still pushing through, making some good damage here. Now the keep going to be going down as well. See this one get completely dismantled. The villagers are trying to repair it, but we've already got all of these elite horsemen to just rush in and try and take the villagers down. We see ciamgyic having to retreat back, and now again I think that maybe just grabbing this sacred site is the way to go. I'm not sure why we haven't seen that yet. And the villagers moving over onto this location. I'm going to grab the gold vein. Maybe, I don't know. He's got the... he has this culverin, but I'm not sure exactly what that's going to do. It's a very slow and arduous process to push through all of these units here. And it's looking like he's making it work. And also with the bombard, this is so big. This unit does so much damage. What is it? 170 cannon, plus 130, plus 340 burst buildings. And I think it does like some sort of... like everything on the way here gets damaged, is that right? Yeah. Oh no, not really. Total lie. And there's the tap out from ciamgyic. GiveUAnxiety takes this one. GG, well played. An interesting game, but I'm surprised these players at this level are ignoring the sacred sites. It might just be an agreement to not go for them, because it feels a little bit gimmicky on King of the Hill. But that's the game. Well played by GiveUAnxiety. Really nice boom there to hold on, and it just had all the resources in the end of the game. Just check out this economy situation here. He wins the total by about, well, I don't know how much he wins it by. He looks like he's just in front on everything except for stone by a ton. If you look at the timeline, or if you look at the stats of the military killed for GiveUAnxiety, he's actually really struggled against ciamgyic's comp here. I feel like if ciamgyic macroed a little bit better, he probably would have been able to hold here and win. But GiveUAnxiety does take the game. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. We'll see you guys in the next game.